A sharp Sicilian defense Tamanov variation Bastrikov variation signals an aggressive start in Asian Individual Chess Championships 2025 Open Round 8, with Salem taking on Urazayev. On e4. On c5. Knight f3. On e6. On d4. On takes d4. Knight takes d4. Knight c6. Knight c3 entered in Sicilian defense Tamanov variation Bastrikov variation. Queen c7. Queen d3. Knight f6. Knight db5. Threatening knight takes c7 check. Queen b8 played by Urazayev. Queen g3. Salem might go for knight c7 check. King d8. Knight takes a8 and seizes the initiative. On d6 played by Urazayev. Bishop e3. On a6. Threatening pawn takes b5. Knight d4 played by Salem. On h5. On f3. On h4. Threatening pawn takes g3. Queen f2 played by Salem. Bishop d7. King castled queenside. On b5. Knight takes c6. Bishop takes c6. Bishop d3. Bishop e7. King b1. On b4. Threatening pawn takes c3. Knight e2 played by Salem. On a5 it is novelty move. Knight d4. Threatening knight takes c6. Bishop d7 played by Urazayev. On g4. On g6. On g5. Threatening pawn takes f6. Knight h5 played by Urazayev. On f4. On a4. On f5. Salem is planning to play. On takes e6. On takes e6. On e5. Rook f8. Bishop takes g6 check and seizes the initiative. On e5 played by Urazayev. Bishop c4. On takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Rook f8. On f6. Threatening pawn takes e7. Bishop d8 played by Urazayev. On e5. Threatening pawn takes d6. Queen c8 played by Urazayev. Threatening queen takes c4. On b3 played by Salem. Threatening pawn takes d6. On takes b3 played by Urazayev. On takes b3. On d5. Threatening pawn takes c4. Bishop takes d5 played by Salem. Rook a5. Threatening rook takes d5. Bishop c4 played by Salem. Salem's idea is to play Bishop b6. Bishop takes b6. Queen takes b6. Queen a8. Queen takes b4. Rook a1 check. King b2. Rook a2 check. King c3, and increase their advantage significantly. Queen a8 played by Urazayev. Bishop b2. Salem is preparing to play Rook he1. Queen c8. Queen d2. Rook a8. Queen takes b4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Queen a7 played by Urazayev. Threatening queen takes f2. Queen d2 played by Salem. Bishop b6. Rook he1. Salem might go for on e6. On takes e6. Bishop takes e6. Bishop e3. Rook takes e3 and establish a winning position. Bishop e6 played by Urazayev. Queen d6. Urazayev saw no escape and decided to resign.